Hey guys, it's Tim O'Brien. Welcome to another presentation by the person to see, my Facebook Live, hopefully 4 or 5 times a week. That's what my goal is, my objective is. So welcome to another episode of my Facebook Live. Guys, before I hop into and talk about my topic, a tiny but vitally important point I want to make about your target audience when it comes to personal branding, just want to share a couple of things. Number one is, please, if you're interested in positioning yourself as the person to see, please go to our website. There's all kinds of free resources there, thepersontoSee.com. ThepersontoSee.com. You want to go there, check it out. My mission is to share with as many people as possible all kinds of tips about how you position yourself as the person to see with your .com. How about that, huh? Everybody's human, right? So my mission is to supply you guys, my target audience, my peeps, with all the resources they need to help them position themselves as the person to see with their target audience. I don't care if you're a business coach like me. I don't care if you're selling financial services. I don't care if you're an internet marketer. Whatever the case may be, I want to be that resource for you that's going to teach you how to be the person to see with your target audience. Now, if you're just tuning in for the first time, let me know where you're from. Always love to hear from new folks. Always love your feedback. How do you like what I'm sharing? Let me know if there's any constructive feedback you have. Most importantly, guys, though, I want to hear where you're struggling. I want to hear where you need my help. I've been doing this for 19 years. I have tons and tons and tons of information. I am guaranteeing you that I have everything you need when it comes to personal branding and promoting that brand and business development, driving more business in the door. I have so much information, but I do not want to create it in a vacuum. I don't want to decide what I think you need. I would love for you to tell me, Tim, this is where I'm struggling. It would be awesome if you would create some content on this. That's all I want to hear. Tim, this would be the best content. I feel like if I got this, I could break through to the next level. That's what I want to be for you, that kind of a resource. Okay? Now, I'm going to cover 3 quick topics in this tiny but vitally important point about your target audience. The first point is I'm going to do a quick overview about your target audience and what you want to keep in mind. The second piece is about you can't be all things to all people. And the third is a couple of tips to keep in mind when you're choosing your target audience. Now, I have talked about this in prior presentations, in videos and in blog posts, and I believe even in Facebook Live presentation. But this is sort of an augmentation. It's an additional piece. So first and foremost, when it comes to branding, guys, it has nothing to do with what we think about ourselves. That's one of the fundamental problems people have, is they're absolutely enthralled with how awesome they are. And by the way, it very well may be true. You very well may have the secret potion, the secret formula, the secret strategy. You may have it. But there's an old expression, build a better mousetrap and they'll beat a path to your door. It's not true. Not if they don't know about you, and not if they don't like you. Branding has everything to do with what our target audience feels about us. Buying is a feeling, is an emotional decision. So we need to create that emotional connection with our target audience. Our brand has to speak to what their interests are. Look, you can select a brand that you think, this is my brand, this is who I am. And if they like me, great. If they don't like me, so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. But just know the consequences. You're going to be running in parallel with your target audience. You're not compromising your integrity, right? You're not selling out. If you want to be super successful, my next door neighbor, Dick Mercer, told me when I was a little boy, he said, Timmy, nobody is a success unless an awful lot of people want you to be. Your brand has to be something that so many people are in love with and tell other people about. Okay, so that's the first point I want to make, is your brand has to be about your target audience. You have to live for them. Now you'll see in point 2, I'm not talking about becoming neurotic about living for them. I'm not talking about trying to be all things to all people. And this is the second piece here, is the crux of what I want to talk about today. It's going to be quick. I'm going to be in and out. But here's what I want to share with you, is before I jump in on you can't be all things to all people, I want, please, go to my website, thepersontoSee.com. There is so much free content there. You are absolutely going to love it. Absolutely going to love it. Check it out. If you're tuning in for the first time, again, if you're just tuning in now and you haven't been on since the beginning, Let me know where you're from. And if during the course of this presentation, you got some ideas, some suggestions about new content you'd like to see me deliver for you, or just feedback on how I'm presenting, if you think I can do it better, let me know, guys. I'm a work in progress just like you. I do not practice NIH, which is not invented here. And a lot of people practice that. If I didn't come up with the idea, it can't be any good, right? You run into those people all the time. Not me, man. I'm all about learning from other people because I'm all about getting to the next level. I know I got a lot of talent. I know that I can just crush it. So why wouldn't I want to learn little tricks of the trade to catapult me to the next level? The only reason would be my own insecurity. I'm out of that business. I was in that business from a young boy up till I was 35 years old, and I got out of that business, and my business has boomed ever since. Okay? So here's the crux, what I want to talk about. This is the tiny little point I want to make that's so vitally important. I want you to think about Donald Trump, and I want you to think about Hillary Clinton, or I want you to think about Colin Kaepernick. Those three brands are national brands that people love and gravitate towards, and a massive amount of people hate. I mean, love and hate. It's such a binary reaction to their brands. Very few people are in the middle on them, okay? Now, if you talk to somebody who does not like Colin Kaepernick, they're going to say, oh, his brand stinks. Or if they don't like Hillary Clinton, oh, her brand is terrible. Or if Donald Trump, oh my God, he has the worst brand in the world. The problem with that is you don't really understand branding. That's the fundamental problem. Because Donald Trump does have an awesome brand. So does Hillary Clinton, and so does Colin Kaepernick. But you have to understand, branding is not about being universally loved. It's about knowing your target audience and being loved by that target audience. You see, that's the tiny little secret. People spend, their whole lives like bouncing back and forth like a pinball because she doesn't like me or he doesn't like me. Are they your target audience? You got to make sure that you're properly identifying who are the people you care about. Who are the people that if they give you negative feedback, it matters because you are trying to build an emotional connection? Who are the people that you're trying to reach so that if you're doing something great and they give you that good positive feedback, how can you capitalize or leverage on that? My mom used to have a saying, it's you got to take it from where it comes, right? It's always, you ever notice people who are super ambitious and other people who criticize them? It's never another ambitious person. It's always the person who doesn't have the guts to be ambitious also. Oh, he's too pushy. Oh, she's too an opportunist. Malarkey. I never heard one successful person ever say about another, oh, he's too ambitious, or she goes after it too hard. That's a bunch of baloney. That's about people's own insecurity. Similarly, you got to take it from where it comes when you're getting your feedback. Make sure that you're not trying to be loved by everybody. When I was a little boy, I grew up in a small town called Mendham, New Jersey. And there's a gentleman, his name's Carl Hetling. And Carl and I were pals, right? And he lived in Brookside and I lived over on Lowry Lane. And I hope he's watching this because think about this. Think about this. I'm in the seventh grade or sixth grade, and he and I are talking, and I don't know how it came up, but it was something like, I think I actually teased him, oh, they don't like you, or something like that, And I never forget, he said to me, my mom said, look, you can't like everybody can't like you. You can't be liked by everybody. I never forgot that. Never, ever forgot that. From the seventh grade. Today Carl's a successful truck driver. And the reason I say that to you is wisdom doesn't come with titles. It doesn't come with money. It doesn't come with power. It comes with experience. And his mother had a lot of wisdom. She was a very wise woman, right? So here's the point. I want to drive this point home. LeBron James, right? I don't particularly care for LeBron James. He does a lot of things that alienate me as a fan, but he's not trying to reach me. And so I'm wasting my time. LeBron, I don't like, your brand, and I don't like you do this, and I don't like you do that. You know what his attitude is? I'm not trying to reach you, Tim. These are my peeps. This is my target audience. I'm trying to make an emotional connection with these people. So when it comes to branding, guys, it's not about you being universally loved. There are very few people who can accomplish that. In our society, I don't think anybody can. anybody. I'll give you an example. There's a guy that actually wrote a book called Mother Teresa is a Fraud. Now, bro, Mother Teresa's not a fraud. You know, I mean, why would you say that? Today, she's been canonized as a saint for the Catholic Church, and the amount of the goodness that she brought to the world. But even Mother Teresa, who won a Nobel Peace Prize for being beloved, right? Somebody doesn't like her. So nobody's going to be 100% liked. Nobody. But here's what I want to say. So you like, there are a couple of people. I think of Oprah Winfrey. You know, she's a woman she's really loved by almost everybody. You know, yes, there are some people that are just Oprah haters, right? But she has a brand that is so expansive and so beloved and so universal. Tom Hanks is another one, right? Tom Hanks is another one. And think about what their brands are, you know? Tom Hanks is a nice guy. Oprah is you know, empathetic. Remember, she can relate to her people because she feels their pain and their emotion, and you know it's genuine. She's genuine, right? And as a result, she's a winner. There aren't a lot of people that can attain that level. Think about spectacular athletes like Kevin Durant, or think about Tom Brady. I mean, there's a love-hate relationship with people, but Tom Brady's not interested in having everybody love him. What he's interested in is managing his brand with the target audience he's selected. Okay, so got my point, tiny point, but you see how vitally important it is? Now, going on to the third piece. Before I do, guys, you know me. I'm just constantly driving you back to my website, thepersontoSee.com. Go there, tons of free resources, tons. Podcasts, blogs, videos. It's all right there for you, okay? Check it out. You'll love it. Also, guys, is anything that you need, you got to tell me. Like, Tim, I'm really struggling with this. You know, Tim, this would be a phenomenal product if you created this for us. You know, Tim, this is the kind of content I think I would really, really benefit from. Let me know, because I guarantee you're not alone. Okay, on to my final point here. My final point I want to make. I get all jazzed up. I get all fired up. When it comes to your brand, you got to go narrow and deep. Okay, you can't be, you know, you can't be super wide. And here's why. When you are promoting your brand in the marketplace, unless you are somebody with a massive budget and an army of people to promote your brand, you're doing all the work yourself. I'll give you an example right now. I'm doing a ton on social media, ton. I have a couple of people that work with me, but I'm generating most, if not all, of the content, right? It's an enormous lift. Truth of the matter is, I don't even think I want to get away from it, because the moment I do, it becomes maybe a bit inauthentic. But it's a huge lift. It's the same thing when we're promoting our business, whether we're lawyers or we're doctors or accountants or financial advisors or business coaches. We have to promote our business. If we're spread too wide, the problem is our resources, they fall like a light mist. What you want to do is you want to be super focused. Guys, look, at the end of the day, right, is light dispersed in a room illuminates the room. That same light projected through a machine becomes a laser beam and can penetrate steel. The only reason we don't go narrow is because of scarcity. We're afraid we might miss an opportunity here or might miss an opportunity there. Okay, so don't be afraid to go narrow and deep. Super, super important. When it comes to selecting your target audience, you want it to be broad enough that there's a ton of opportunity and a lot of people are competing for it, but you don't want to be too broad where your message falls like a light mist. Okay, so those 3 points I want to make. First, your target audience, it's all about what they feel about you, not what you think about you. Number 2, the crux of this presentation is about that tiny but vitally important point. You can't be all things to all people. You're not going to be universally loved. Don't strive for it. It's exhausting. It's demoralizing. Know what your target audience is and then strive to be universally loved within that target audience. And even inside that, you're going to have your detractors. And number 3, when selecting your target audience, got to be broad enough so there's a lot of market share opportunity, but it's got to be super narrow like the laser beam that can penetrate steel. Okay? So, you know, it's kind of like well, Tim, is that like, no, broad enough, but you're going to start super broad, and I want you to keep bringing it in until it's narrow enough where all of your resources that you have can get that message out. Go narrow, go super narrow in the beginning, Get the message out and then let the market expand. But don't start super broad, because what's going to end up happening is your message is going to get lost. It's going to get lost in the shuffle. Okay? So there you have it. Those 3 messages. Go to thepersontoc.com, thepersontoc.com. Check out our resources. Let me know what you need from me, because I got it all, brother. Been in this business for 19 years. And remember, you are your best bet.